One thing we talked about is perhaps doing a video here where we could talk about ways to speed things up or any tips or tricks that we have for shortcuts. Something that I use a lot as the DM, which maybe the players don't use, is the shortcut, the hotkeys bar on the bottom of the screen. You see there's 12 boxes there, and we can actually get up to 48 boxes by using Shift, Control, and Alt to cycle through three other sets of 12 boxes each. And so that's quite a lot of options we have there. Nearly anything in the game that you would normally make a roll for, you can drag and drop down to one of these boxes and have it saved there. For instance, if you don't want to always have to go back to the main tab to roll your initiative, you can drag and drop it into this box, and now you have a hotkey for initiative. So I would encourage everyone to do that because it is something we do often. And then the skill that you are in charge of, because in this group we're only rolling for things that we have proficiency in. If I was setting up a sheet for Porcelain, our wizard, I would say that he is going to make Arcana checks quite often. And you see I grabbed Animal Handling by mistake. I just drag Arcana on top of it and it will write over it. And he also does make quite a few history checks for us. And then of course, since everyone from time to time has to make perception checks, I would just add that down there. That's going to be something that will save you quite a bit of time and moving back and forth to your tabs. The other nice thing you can do here is if you go to your actions, say you have an ability that has an ongoing effect that you want to do every turn. Instead of having to come back here and hunt for it on the abilities on the actions tab, we could save it into one of these hotkey boxes. So I've added some enemies to the quick battle map. Say Porcelain here wanted to try and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter against this Aboleth. And let's say he hit it, so we're going to roll till he does hit it. And hey, he gets a fail on the first try, so we will apply the effect to the Aboleth, which I've already done in testing. Now, when the Aboleth's turn comes around in the combat tracker, that's going to mean that it needs to make another save. The way that we often do this is either the player goes back to the Actions tab, they search for the spell they were previously using, they open it up, they target or just drag the effect out into the combat tracker again and make it happen. But sometimes they might have been looking at something else planning their turn and have forgotten that we need to make that effect on the creature's turn. To save time, if you know you have an ongoing effect, you can drag the save down here, and it's always there. And now you don't have to break away from whatever you were doing to come back and make the effect. When I say, hey, that Aboleth needs to make its save against Tasha's to see if it breaks the effect, you just drag it out there onto the battle map and it'll happen. The last thing that I like to do with this area is if you're a fightery or a ranger type where you're going to use your melee weapons or martial weapons nearly every turn, I would drag the attack down, also the damage. In that way, you can simply target someone as Micmac has the Aboleth targeted. You can click dagger once. He's going to have advantage because Tasha's makes him prone. That's going to be a hit. He just clicks for damage and it goes out. He doesn't have to worry about finding him in the sheet or switching back tabs. He can have his most used items right here. Oh, hopefully this is something that folks will want to do and it'll make things easier for you. Let me know if you have any questions about how to do it.